listen. They listen. It's a done deal. They hold them. They hold them in storage too long. Let this boy fight.
Man, shout out to PGO podcast, man. I appreciate it.
Well, you already know, man. Representing Philly, North Philly, to be exact. You know what I'm saying? With my man Anthony, Messenger Thompson. I'm trying to tell you, back in the day, it was all that.
Oh man, you already know. PGO, put your gloves on podcast. Shout out to my guy Ian Thompson, the Messenger. It was that man back in the day. Y'all don't know. I grew up watching Ian Thompson. We Hopkins, my brothers. That's like, got all my style from we all together. Shout out to my guy Ian Thompson. PGO, put your gloves on. 18 music, you already know.
PGO Nation, what's good? It's your boy Ant the Messenger along with Y-Weezy Social Media Encyclopedia. And welcome back to the Put Your Gloves On podcast. We got something very, very good for you guys. We done dove deep in bringing the skeletons out. Yes, we did. And yes, we are going to elaborate on each and everything that we've been hearing about this Muhammad Ali Act and Zuffa Boxing and what they're doing and what they're not doing. But first and foremost, we want to thank all the PGO fans that tune in and support each and every week. We love you guys. We appreciate the support. And just know for surety that we're going to keep on rocking and rolling. That's right. Let's give the PGO Nation a round of applause. We have a full show episode for today. What we're going to get into definitely is the Muhammad Ali Act. Man, I've been hearing so much that's been going on about Muhammad Ali, the act, what it is, what it's not, what Zuffa is doing. We've been hearing so much. And I finally said, let me dive deep. Producer Weezy, let's put our heads together. Let's do some research and let's go over this thing. You understand what I'm saying? So we can actually get into it and dive into it. And did we do some digging? And we began to find out exactly where the Muhammad Ali Act actually came from, where it originated from. And I came to find out that it is actually not a bill of its own. That is actually an add-on, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive into it. And we're going to explain it as we dive deep into it. Let's get ready to get into what's taking place as far as Zuffa. Okay, right now we're going to bring up this right here to show the people what's taking place. All right, right here we have rumors, which is surfing, which some of my sources has been very, very accurate. That even Bill Haney has spoke about the deal with Zuffa and how it's basically coming to a close. They're just getting certain particulars out. But yet, this is big for boxing. What does this mean? Some people may not feel like that Devin Haney is the face of boxing. That's up to you. I'm not here to argue with you. I like to say that Devin Haney is a trainer's dream and a casual boxing fan nightmare. Meaning he's going to do what he needs to win, but it won't be exciting. It may not be Tank Davis Don't Blink or a heavyweight Don't Blink. However, the man is very skilled. He is one of the faces of boxing, and he's definitely a must watch because when you're talking about individuals who is crafty, skilled, tacticians, and good at what they do, you can't mention boxing without mentioning Devin Haney. So here we see that Devin Haney is signing with Zuffa. What does that mean? That the more big fishes that Zuffa sign, the more they will have power and negotiating rights and influence on other individuals. Let it be known that Zuffa is responsible for paying Conor Benn $15 million to fight Regis. Okay, $15 million for a one-fight deal. At the end of the day, we always say you play boxing, you play basketball, but damn it, you do not play boxing. Okay, and no one in their right mind is going to leave millions on the table. So they're just moving right along. Okay, they're signing Devin Haney along with Teofimo. A friend of mine that I spoke to early, Corey, said they're going to need some face. They're going to need someone to vouch. You have Oscar De La Hoya. You have Roy Jones. You have Bernard Hopkins. You have so many people that's credible, boxing Hall of Famers that have spoke out against Zuffa, spoke out on how they're trying to get rid of the Muhammad Ali Act, and so forth, right? So now, rumor has it, you need some credible individuals. And here it is where you have Teofimo Lopez, who is adding Bill Haney, saying, hey, listen, at the end of the day, hell what people got to say. Get the money at the end of the day. The last thing as he said is, Devin, basically get the money, get the bag, sign. It's good over here. What's interesting is I didn't pull it up, but Ja Opataya is commenting on an interview that Dana White is speaking about he believes that no fight is impossible to me. Because why do we know that? Money makes the world go around. And it's something that they have plenty of. We never heard of $100 million contracts outside of Zuffa and Floyd Mayweather when he signed those big deals with Showtime, and it was $400 or $500 million four-fight deal. But we knew and understand that he was fighting Pacquiao, who's a generational talent, who brings damn near a whole country with him and half of the USA. Everybody loved Pac-Man. So that makes sense, right? Y-Weezy, it makes sense on why Floyd Mayweather can get that much money. But there's a lot of big fish that's being landed, Weezy. Okay? There's a lot. And it's just starting. And here we have, if this deal get done, for those who are, the question that I have, if Zuffa is as bad for boxing as Roy is saying, and I have nothing against Roy. These are guys that I've been around. I had the opportunity to be around a Roy Jones. I had the opportunity to be around Bernard Philly's finest. I had an opportunity to be in camp with Oscar De La Hoya.
Let me say something, though, champ. Let me say this, though. You got to understand where you have to understand where Roy and them is coming from. I'm not saying that Zuffa. Hold on for 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Well, back to what I was saying before I was interrupted by Y-Weezy, that if they is that bad for boxing, right? And here we go right here. You effing heard him, lads. Any fight can be made. Is the mindset on this side. Anyone saying anything else on the other side talking or ducking. So here's the deal. If you are a casual fan, Corey, Stan, Atomic, you should like this stuff coming from Ja Opataya. He's basically saying we're not for the bitching, we're not for the complaining. If you're getting 20, 30 million or 10 plus million to fight, you got to fight. Now, it makes sense to me. You know, I wouldn't be ducking nobody. You pay me 10, 15 million. Here's what I do know. Because everything, according to the Muhammad Ali Act, can be looked up. Okay, this is where promoters have to share how much someone get paid, how much they spent, what was the expenses on promotion. And last time I checked Teofimo, right? And Shakur Stevenson, they got paid $9 million a piece. Okay? Conor Ben and Chris Eubank got paid more than them. That's not supposed to be happening. But when you're messing with Turkey Al-Sheikh and you're messing with Zuffa in the back end of Saudi Arabia, they have a big budget. I'll use this analogy, and then I'll turn it over to you, Y-Weezy, and let you say what you have to say. I'll let you get on here. We're tag teaming this thing like we're supposed to do, right? The Road Warriors. So let's say this. Adidas.
Right.
Adidas got a. You can come off mute too, man. You ain't got to stay on mute because you never know when you want to jump in because this thing gonna get hot and blazing. All right?
I know. I've been waiting to jump in, but I had to just disappear real fast so I can come back. But go ahead.
All right, so check this out. Adidas is an amazing sneaker. All right. Mm-hmm. Adidas signed a lot of great basketball players, but damn it, ain't nothing like Nike. Let's keep it honest. Ain't nothing like Kobe. Ain't nothing like MJ's. Ain't nothing like Kyrie's.
Well,
right? Ain't nothing like the LeBrons.
The reason why ain't nothing like Nike, because you got to understand what that name represents. Nike, go look in the Webster Dictionary. It's the Roman goddess of victory. So
Hello.
not just anybody can get a Nike contract. When they give it to people like James Harden, LeBron James, or whoever they give it to, you got to be a baller or you got to be a supreme athlete. I'm not saying that anybody can wear Adidas. You know what I'm saying? But the Nike standard is a little higher. Tiger Woods, Manny Pacquiao got his own Nike sneaker. These are immortal elites at what they do. So you're right on the ball, champ. Nike ain't no joke. Roman got us a victory, and Adidas is Adidas.
Basically, that
Adidas, Run DMC.
I love Adidas, but I'm gonna take Air Maxes all day. I'm sorry. Let's not play, okay? So we're dealing with the cream of the crop, Ty. So before we move forward, what I want to ask the PGO Nation or all those viewers that's looking and tuning in, have anyone actually read the bill, the Muhammad Ali Act? You could put it in the chat. I just give you guys just a few seconds before I move on because that's important because a lot of us is getting caught with the algorithm of watching Shane Mosley, watching Oscar De La Hoya, and some all-time great fighters, and the great one grandson, Muhammad Ali, speaking about Zuffa and how they do not want certain changes to take place. And I myself, T.Y., after doing extent research along with you and the producer who really got deep, shout out to the producer who's on the screen because we're going to have her.
Put your gloves on.
Absolutely. It was deep diving, and man, did we stumble upon some things, and it's not what everybody think. And like Roger Mayweather say, T.Y., can I get the Roger Mayweather?
Most people don't know shit about boxing.
They don't know shit about boxing, and they don't. And what happens is we normally hear a narrative and we run away with it. So the rumor has it that
rumors
have it that Dana White is going to get rid of the Muhammad Ali Act. Can we have the recording?
Let me say this though, real fast.
Oh, hold on. Go ahead, Weez.
Because I wanted to speak about Roy Jones and all of them. See, what people is worried about a lot between Zuffa, like the legends and the fighters, you don't hear Mayweather saying a goddamn thing about Zuffa. You notice that? You don't hear Floyd. He didn't speak about the Zuffa and what Zuffa is doing because it took Floyd maybe about 30-something fights to get the purse that he got. And a lot of these fighters and a lot of these legends, I hate to say, they hate it. They hating on a purse, champ. That's the thing. I understand that the green belt, the WBC, the red belt, the WBA, the black belt, you know, the IBF is green. I understand that these belts mean a lot because they've been in boxing since, you know, World War I, since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? John L. Sullivan. But this is the thing. Zuffa is coming in, giving people, fighters, bags of money for one fight. Like you mentioned, champ. God damn, Conor been at $16 million.
That's a lot of bread, T.Y. 16 mil?
16 million. I expect you to fight me 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. Kick his ass, Monk. Knock me out for 16.
What do Wayne say? A million. Shit.
Yeah, so once you knock me out twice, wake me up and say, let's go to the bank for 16 mil. So
hello.
That's what's going on. Zuffa is showing off with their money because you got two powerhouses. You got Dana White and you got Turki Al-Sheikh. But me and you always, are you on Turki's side? Because I think you traded on it before when I told you that Turki got all of this money, but you were saying the boy got more than him. What's his name? The techie.
Elon Musk. He's supposed to be the richest guy. Hey, look, man.
Okay,
you know what I mean
but now Turki got Zuffa. So are you on Turk's side now?
No.
What he doing?
I'm still going with Elon Musk, who's worth $800 billion.
Okay.
All right. So let's get ready to move along just a little bit, T.Y., because we got a lot to cover. We're going to also get into some boxing. We got to cover the outside of this, because right now, T.Y., this is politics. This is not so much boxing. This is politics. And this, when you start talking about the House of Congress, the House of Representatives, and the House of Senate, you're going into something deep. So if you are a boxer and you think you know boxing, I would advise you, don't tell me you're a boxer if you haven't read the Muhammad Ali Act, if you ever haven't read the Professional Boxing Safety Act of 1996.
Yeah.
How many of y'all ever heard of that? Because all you hearing is the Muhammad Ali Act, but you're not hearing the foundation of where this thing come from.
But
The Muhammad Ali Act is not a separate bill, T.Y. It's not its own entity. It's an add-on that was named. But the nucleus of that, in which we're going to get into very, very shortly, we're going to allow the producer to speak because, like I said, the work that she did, the extensive research, we got to shed it. So let's get into and find out what Dana White got to say about the Muhammad Ali Act. All right, because all I heard is what Roy told me. All I heard is what Oscar say. Come on.
No, but like I said, champ, this episode, I'm telling you, and I'm telling the producer now, I'm playing in the middle because I kind of sort of see both sides. Like, see, while Y-Weezy got my gloves on and I got my robe on because I'm comfortable, and somebody going to sleep, but it's not going to be y'all two. I'm just going to play in the middle because you got to understand, Oscar too is he feel threatened. You know, they have this thing, y'all, real fast. They have this thing called the promoters do what they want. Oscar is benching Virgil Ortiz. You know what I'm trying to say? He's actually punishing Virgil. They go into court. So they doing what they want. And Zuffa is giving fighters some type of freedom and stuff. So I'm playing in the middle, but I'm listening.
Well, here's the thing, T.Y. Well, here's the thing. If you are into boxing, you're now gonna, if this bill is gonna get passed at some point now, it's at the Senate, right? For those who do not know what's going on, for everybody just sit up here lollygagging and shit saying, I want to see this guy fight that, I want to see some guy fight this. Yo, there's a lot of stuff going on the undercurrent that people aren't aware of. And I've been making many episodes called The Clash of the Titans, and I've been saying, doomsday is coming. It's going to be a dark day in boxing, right? You're going to have two government bodies, and you're going to have to pick which one you're going to go to. Now, you're going to have to stay loyal to the guys that you got, or you're going to have to go chase that money. Listen, when Conor Ben left, the first thing Conor Ben said, after all that Eddie Hearn done for his blind cheating behind, okay, with his blind hair and cheating, he got caught and busted multiple times. He had allegations. They stuck to Conor Ben for a lot of things, right?
Yes.
But what happened was the first thing Conor Ben said to when he signed that thing is,
I'm trying to take care of my family.
I got to take care of my family.
Yeah.
I got to think about generational wealth.
Yeah.
And I got to be able to send my kids to private school. Now, I don't know how the hell he can't send his kids to private school. What the hell private school they going through? But the first thing Conor Ben did was give Eddie Hearn an apology and said, I apologize. I hope we can work in the future. It's no different, T.Y. Conor Ben is just like Ric Flair. And what do I mean? Ric Flair went to the WWE for a certain amount of fights and wrestling matches.
Okay, go ahead. Bobby, go ahead. Continue.
And then he came back to WCW. So this is what's taking place when you're going to have two government bodies. A fighter's going to have options. Let's go ahead and jump into see what Dana White have to say about it. I can't even hear you.
Well, let's be clear. There will be zero changes to the Muhammad Ali Act. Not one word will be changed in the Muhammad Ali Act. We're going to add on to it. So the guys who, guys being fighters that want to fight under the Muhammad Ali Act, exactly the way it is, will have that opportunity to do that. Or you can bet on me and fight with me under our version of the Muhammad Ali Act. So that thing's been blown a lot out of proportion, and I get it. And I knew people were going to freak out because that's what people do. And the Muhammad Ali Act was put in place with all good intentions, but I think that it's held the business back. All these guys that have been involved in boxing for a long time, the promoters they don't think big enough. I think much bigger than any of them do, no matter how bad they all want to compete with me.
Damn.
Now you heard it, Weez.
Damn.
Now you heard it. He said not one thing is going to change on the Muhammad Ali Act. But listen, you got to pay attention to the verbiage. PGO Nation, you're going to learn something. He said they can stay with the old Muhammad Ali Act.
Or they come with our version.
Or they can come with our version. What does that mean? that there is an additional add-on to something that already exists, which means the whole thought or theory of Dana White getting rid of the Muhammad Ali Act is incorrect, because the Muhammad Ali Act stays. So Dana White is saying, listen, we're going to put forth a product that's better than the one that you have. But I'll tell you what, if you want to stay over there with that Muhammad Ali Act, then go ahead. This is why PGO Nation is going to compare and contrast as we grab the bill off of the government official website.
I tell you this though, and I told you this before.
Corey said I don't trust Dana White though.
Yo, listen. Yo, listen.
Listen, let's drop the link in the chat too. Producer, if we can, so we can have these people come on up, and we want to find out why Corey don't trust Dana White at the appropriate time.
I tell you what. There's two entities now in boxing, and one of them is just a bully. You know, you have Dana White, who have UFC and all of this stuff. Then you got just Turkey out of sheep with that oil money, and they kicking the door down. Whether people like it or don't like it, they kicking the door down, and they grabbing every fighter that they can. Edward Berlinga, Richardson, Hitchens.
96 fighters they actually signed.
Come on, that's crazy. Now they trying to grab Mickey Mouse, who is AKA Steven Secor, and then they trying to grab Spaghetti Nettie. I wish I had my noodles because I was short, but Spaghetti Nettie, which is Devin Haney. Now, if they grab them two, they don't need a belt. But however, I'm telling you now, remember I said this, producer and the messenger. Listen, I said this, champ. The Gambinos and the Genovese is not going for them getting the WBC and all the alphabets out. I promise you. We can move on. Gambino and Genovese will not have it.
All right, well, we're going to see. Listen, this ain't the 70s with Sonny Liston. I know where you might be going, but here's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Got a mouth for two or more witnesses. Let's bring up that other we're going to bring up the other video by the mouth of two witnesses. Let's hear him say it multiple times, because this is what we've been hearing. Anyone that's on, from some of my best friends, Tony Love, Corey, Stan, we've been hearing that all Dana White want to do is get rid of the Muhammad Ali Act. Now, I'm not saying I have to trust him. I'm not saying I trust him. Listen, I don't trust none of them.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done, it's all about the dollar bill.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. It's all about the money. All right? Yeah. Nobody does something for nothing. So let's get ready to pull up this other video.
Boxing.
Well, here's the thing. They were very concerned about the Muhammad Ali Act and all these other things. None of that is going to change for them. Nothing's going to change. Muhammad Ali, we're not changing one word of that. It's going to be intact. I don't know why. Now fighters are going to have more options. Why is that a bad thing? Why are more options a bad thing? It's not. You know, they're. I expected it anyway.
Can't trust him, champ.
Now,
can't trust him. There's
you get more options. But we're going to go ahead and see what it is that our producer have to say at this particular time. I'm going to pull a plug on myself. We're going to let the researcher come on in and break it down, and we're going to get into it, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to start bringing these things up. So as you bring it up, producer, we'll go ahead and we'll begin to highlight some of the things. So PGO Nation, if you really want to learn, if you really care about boxing, I advise you to grab a notepad and a pen, because it's about to get real interesting in here.
Go ahead. Let's see what we got.
All right, so let's start with where this all originated from. So the Professional Boxing Safety Act of 1996 is where all of these additional renditions of the Muhammad Ali Act and what Dana White and his people are trying to get through as a law. This specific act focused solely on the safety, enhancing the safety for boxers, right? So it was designed to improve and expand safety precautions that protect the welfare of the boxers. This was introduced by a Republican, Michael Oxley, in 1996, and it was signed in law by Bill Clinton in 1996.
Absolutely. Yep.
Right?
Bill Clinton, the one that got dirty in the White House with Monica Lewinsky? That Bill Clinton?
That Bill Clinton. October the 9th. October the 9th, 1996 is when this actually came into fruition.
I don't know. I didn't go into those type of details, Y-Weezy. But also it enhanced, or at least protected, boxers from going to states that are not sanctioned for boxing, or that don't have the proper oversight. Right.
Producer, can I say one thing real quick? Just 2 seconds.
Sure.
This is why anyone that knows boxing, you can get a Canelo Alvarez that steps on the scene that's 35-0 with 22 knockouts, or 35-0 with 28 knockouts, because he done went over Mexico and knocked out four dishwashers a week.
Yeah,
because there's no regulation. There's nobody saying, hold on, Canelo, you just literally fought 4 times in 7 days.
I'm gonna tell you something though, champ. You so much on point. Where that's how Devin Haney started in Mexico, fighting over there in Mexico, patting his record too. Now they talking about boots fighting pillars. Devin was spaghetti netty.
Oh, T.Y., don't go there, T.Y. Don't go there, Y-Weezy.
All right, okay.
But no, listen. See, this is why you know Y-Weezy social media encyclopedia, because people forget that Devin Haney started most of the career
in Mexico.
Over in Mexico.
Come
on. We're gonna go get him some rum drinkers.
Yeah, some hitchhikers.
Some hitchhikers.
Come on, Holmes. Like get your dad, Holmes. Some hitchhikers. For real.
Go ahead, Weezy.
Which way they going? They just want to go. So they go to the ring and they get knocked out. They go.
So go ahead, because this is what we're talking about. The original bill that was passed in 1996 to give boxers some type of protection. Because we're going to talk about a Paul Spadafore who said he actually fought $50 per round.
Beast.
Per round.
Yes.
Go ahead, producer. You got it.
So the key takeaways regarding this particular act, and let's be clear that this was pulled from the government's website. So while you see a summary, it is a summary based on our research. It is not someone told us this. This is something that we pulled from the government's research and reviewing the entire act.
Just let me say one thing. Here it go right here. Here is the original thing right here. Highlighted, right? I just didn't want to bore some of you guys who probably don't care about the foundation of boxing. But here it goes right here. You have the whole bill right here off the government website. And we had to break it down to compress for time consumption.
Right. Wow. So the key takeaways regarding the Safety Act is really making sure that the boxers are not boxing in states that are not commissioned to have the appropriate provisions. And if they do, then another state has to agree to oversee that boxing match. So basically, if an individual wants to fight in Pennsylvania, but Pennsylvania doesn't have the boxing regulations, then New Jersey, if they have the boxing regulations, the officials over New Jersey have to say, we will oversee that boxing match. That is the only way that it can happen, right? Then the other thing is safety standards, meaning boxers have to go through a physical examination. There needs to be an ambulance on site for each boxing event. There needs to be a physician on site, ringside for each boxing match. And they need to have some type of health insurance that covers
stop injuries. Like that. I'm sorry, producer.
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
They have to provide health insurance if an individual suffers injuries from a fight. So for an example, like Gerald McCullen, right? If based on him suffering injuries through his fight, he was covered at the time, I believe at the time that fight happened, that he now has medical coverage for all of his injuries that he suffered. And as you know, he's like essentially in a vegetative state.
Gerald McCullen, producer, can I ask you a question? Was that Conor Benn father, Nigel Benn, who kept hitting him in the back of the head?
Absolutely.
Okay. I just want the nation to know, PGO Nation to know, Conor Benn father is a headbanger too.
Yes,
he shoots in the back of the head.
and
Yup.
he refused to. He pulled
Take a
a,
blood
a, a
test.
bamboozle, and he
Okay.
didn't get the drug test because
Okay.
he acted like he passed out so that he could go to the hospital too right after the fight.
Wow, he a scam
So,
artist. Okay.
Yep,
I got you.
yep,
Just
yep.
just
Got
like his son.
He
Yeah,
pulled the
he does.
bamboozle.
Like
He
father, like
hoodwinked
son.
him.
Okay.
Also, it provided boxers being able to be registered boxers, right? And they have their identification card, and it's now there's oversight by the federal government. So the Safety Act really was enacted to at least give boxers some type of minimal medical coverage of medical equipment, insurance. So it really focused on the safety of the boxers. And as we know, it's important that the boxers have some type of safety regulations. The sport itself, you know, there are plenty of people who have passed away in the ring, right outside of the ring, after a fight, have suffered major injuries. So kudos to the individuals who brought this to fruition, and then it got signed into law in 1996.
Now, everything that you just said, this is just the beginning, right? So we must understand, Y-Weezy, that it's not perfect. It's better than nothing, but it's not perfect, right?
Yeah.
You want okay? So you off from you. So there's still some flaws in kinks. So what's going to happen is, Y-Weezy, at some point in time, an individual is going to look and say, "Well, damn, time has evolved.
Yeah.
Boxers have evolved.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we need to do, we need to make it better. This is good, but it's not good enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what happens is in 1996, it just gave you just a tad bit of protection, even though it was better because people was being exploited.
Yeah, he
mean,
was.
just-
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he
just
was. You gotta
in
go to
terrible
hospital on
ways.
your hold on a minute. You fight a world-class fighter, you get knocked the truck out, then you gotta go to hospital and you wake up and you got a bill at your own dime or your own expense. That's crazy. People was getting exploited like that, you know.
Well, let's go back when I first made my professional fight.
Yeah.
My first fight was March 17th on St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, it was.
Right?
Yes.
Against Avisto Mills.
Yes.
My original opponent was not there. They grabbed Avisto Mills on a red line flight, or whatever it's called, night line flight, 12 o'clock he flew in. There's no way in the world, TY. I know for a fact. We was out Orangeville, California. How many people have ever heard of Orangeville, California?
Orangeville, California is where the Hicks said, "Hey, Paul." Ding, hey, Paul. Yeah, Orangeville, California.
Exactly where all the oil mines is at when we was driving out there. So what happened is, this just goes to show you, right? Producer Y-Weezy and PGO Nation, I'm giving you inside information.
Yeah.
I was fighting on my first professional fight. There was no way that Cedric Kushner and Cameron Duncan was going to let me go on Fox Sport Network on TV and say, damn it, he don't have a fight. We're going to find him somebody. I don't give a damn if you go out Orangeville, California on a corner and find him a drunk.
Yeah.
He is going to get a knockout for his pro debut.
And
so they flew somebody in. His record was 6-16.
God damn. I know.
They flew him in the night before the fight. There's no way, Samira. There's no way, Y-Weezy, that he was able. I'm willing to bet.
Get ready for you.
To be ready? No. That he had
be ready for you.
The proper drug testing for any drugs in his system. There's no way that he took a physical.
That's true.
9 o'clock at night.
That's true.
There's no way, TY, he was able to take hepatitis C and wait for his results to come back.
No doubt.
There's no way that he was able to take an HIV test and have his results come back in 3 hours. They flew him out at 9 o'clock. I remember when, God rest his soul, when Cameron Duncan said, "We found somebody. We found somebody. Don't worry. You're going to fight tomorrow. You're going to fight tomorrow." Because what we were saying was, damn, we flew all the way out California and took another hour and a half bus ride. My mom laughing. Sarisa Wayans' mom, I love you. She's laughing because she remembered taking that hour and a half flight.
Yeah.
to ride out there and to realize that my opponent pulled out.
He was scared.
And they got somebody. But this is what goes into the 1996. I don't trust Dana White at all. I'm tired of hearing about Turkey Al-Sheikh and oil money.
Whoa. Who said that?
That's this, man. He tired of Turkey Al-Sheikh, man.
Dizzy, what's up, baby? You gotta go with the Sheik. He got oil money, man. That's all I'm saying. I love y'all, but Sheik got oil money. What you want him to do?
Hey, T.Y.
Yes.
T.Y., listen, bro. We respect the Sheik. Salam alaikum.
Yeah, salam alaikum, man. He got oil money. Come on, what you want him to do?
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
It's all about the dollar, Stiz. I don't understand what you want me to say. You might have morals, but listen, we know people every day, man, that sell their souls for $1. Now, I don't condone it. I don't support it. But I know this for a fact, man. At some point in time, I didn't prove that I can fight. By winning nationals, by winning belts, by becoming a 3-time world champion in multiple divisions. Not me, but I'm talking about a Devin Haney. I'm talking about a Shakur Stevenson. At the end of the day, it's all about the money. At some point in time, all this investment has to pay off, Y-Weezy.
I'm going to say this to you. When you sitting
Y-Weezy, are you a Muslim or you a mummy?
I'm hurt right now.
He's an injured fighter.
I'm an injured fighter. Since we talking about the Ali Act, this is what I'm saying. If your first opponent didn't have enough time to get ready, that means he took a hell of an ass whooping. And when you sitting home and you're rocking chair like this, counting to 5, 1, 2, 3. Count again, champ. 1, 2, 3. When you like that, because you was blessed to come out, but some fighters can't come out with no motor skills. They come out with everything messed up. And this is why we're going through the Muhammad Ali Act, so we can see that someone has tried or someone has cared to think about y'all fighters. It may not have been perfect from the door, but they stacking on it. They making it better, because you're just sitting in your living room like this, looking out of galls. You did, goddamn. You just hurt, and you fought for what you fought for. You didn't invest your money. That shit hurt, man. So,
at the end of the day.
Yes.
So the first thing that we covered in 1996 is the Professional Boxing Safety Act, okay, which was passed by Michael G. Oxley. Well, it was brought forth and it was signed by Bill Clinton in October the 9th. So this is the first established of some type of protection for the fighters who have been exploited by promoters for years. Okay, so now just 4 years later, let's get ready to pull up the 2020 Muhammad Ali React.
Happened in 96. That was the year that David Reed won the Olympic gold medal, right?
That is true.
Yeah,
1996.
David Reed won the gold medal.
So you need to protect Dave from American Dream, because they definitely was going to exploit him with that eye injury.
Yes,
they rushed him. That's why he fought Trinidad in 12 fights. He wasn't ready for Trinidad.
On, he fought Felix Trinidad in 12 fights. A dirty dozen. He wasn't ready for that. But they had to exploit him because they gave him $1 million and he had an eye problem. See that?
Yeah. We got to get our money back.
Listen to his nation, because we hot and popping like fish grease. All three of us. Go ahead, baby.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Roots.
So now we're going to bring into the Muhammad Ali Boxing Reform Act of 2020. So what's taking place now? All right? You have someone who's feeling the sympathy and the empathy on boxing, saying, hey, they getting the brains beat the hell out of them, right? This is not good enough. So now we're getting into the Muhammad Ali Act. Y'all see it. This is our summary once again. But here you have it right here. This is the whole bill off of the government.com website, right? So we're diving through the Muhammad Ali Act. We're defining everything with tooth and comb. We're reading line upon line, precept upon precept, and we're comparing and contrasting what's going on. And there's addition. Last time I checked, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, right? If you want to solve a math problem, that's what you must use. Those are the foundations of how to solve a problem. Anytime you hear addition, it means what, Weezy?
To add.
Hey, hello.
Yeah, to add
Producer, anytime you hear add, it means what?
Enhancement.
Enhancement. So what's taking place is in 2020.
2000.
Why I keep saying 2020, right? In 2000, just 4 years later, Senator John McCain along with the face of boxing at this particular time, which was Bernard Hopkins, who he called to Senate to testify on why boxers need more protection. Yeah, I understand in 1996 that you guys gave them protection and exploitation from promoters, but this isn't enough. These fighters are starting to make millions. We need more. So, producer, I'm going to turn it over for you to break it down on how we get to the Muhammad Ali Act, because that's all people hear about. It's the Muhammad Ali Act, like as if that is the genesis, the beginning of it, and it wasn't. It was the addition of something that already exists. Go ahead, producer, is on you.
Okay, so the Muhammad Ali Boxing Reform Act of 2000 was sponsored by Senator John McCain. May he continue to rest. And it was because of his relationship with Muhammad Ali. A lot of people don't know this, but Muhammad Ali would go to Arizona. John McCain was a senator for the state of Arizona, and he spent a lot of time in Arizona. They developed a relationship. Make a long story short, John McCain said, okay, we need to bring forth a bill that provides even more protection for the boxer. So we are going to add on to the Safety Act. So this was to add on to the Safety Act. It wasn't to replace it, but it was to add more guardrails up and to protect the boxers even more. So they wanted to reform unfair and anti-competitive practices in professional boxing. So what does that mean? Prior to this act, the promoters could do whatever they wanted to do. The managers could do whatever they wanted to do without any oversight, without disclosing any information. The boxers were ignorant to what was going on behind the scenes. This act comes into play and it's saying the boxers can no longer be ignorant to what's happening because you, the promoter, and you, the manager, have to disclose certain information. And you two can't work together. So we're going to continue on with the safety measures that we set from 1996. But now what we're saying is a promoter cannot give money to any manager of a boxer.
So you're trying to say that a promoter, so you're trying to say that, well, if that's the case, Don King, he should be under investigation. Because I'm quite sure Don King greased a lot of managers' pocket.
Absolutely.
You know,
bro, Don King is in Michael Jackson movies, so you know he greased a lot of damn palms.
Only in America.
He worked with Joe Jackson. God damn it.
Yeah, God damn it. Yeah, this is true. So Don
What,
King.
what did he tell Joe? Are we getting Michael? You talking about only in America, man. Come on, Y-Weezy, stop the bullshit.
Yeah, Don King. He greased a lot of managers' palm. Yes,
absolutely. And so you promoters cannot give managers money unless the boxer is operating as his own manager. That's the only way that you can be giving him money.
Okay.
And the managers can no longer work for the promoter. They have to be separated because then that's how you're protecting the boxer's best interests. Also, you promoter and you sanctioning bodies have to disclose all of the money that you receive for this boxer. So if you're going to HBO, go ahead. You want to say something?
Yes, I just want to say this.
Right there, I think they'll never do. See, that's the problem.
No. They do it, T.Y. They do it. This is why we. T.Y. Listen. T.Y. This is why we know that Shakur got paid $9 million when he fought Teofimo. They're revealing the purses. They're revealing how much. Listen, we may not know, but Shakur knows. Listen, I fought on the zone pay-per-view. I get me and Teofimo get 30%, 40% of that gate. We split that. I need to know how many pay-per-view buys you got. Listen, in my contract, it stated that once you begin to fight on HBO, you get 75% of pay-per-view sales if you make pay-per-view.
I understand that, but I still think that the promoter always have one up on you. Just like gambling, the house always win. The promoter always wins. He got a backhand that you don't see in his back pocket. He got
Possibly.
well, here's the deal. If that is the case, it's up to the boxer to be educated about the act. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
So this is where we say, boxers, if you're currently a boxer or thinking about getting into the game, you need to read these acts and know your rights, because the boxer can demand that they provide the information.
Okay.
And if they want to do a further investigation, understand that this is governed by the federal government. And they can face fines up to like $2 million if they find any improprieties.
Now, real quick, producer Y-Weezy, let me say this. On multiple videos, we have receipts. I spoke about this before. I have a generic contract, right? Now, these numbers aren't real. You know, the footnote is coming up. These numbers are not real. Don't show the books that was Bud beef with PBC. Now, Corey, you're speaking about something that I don't know about. I never heard about Bud having a strike, having a plight with PBC for not showing the book.
He did.
Okay, well, and this is the thing. See, Corey, this is why you can't trust an Oscar. Listen, Oscar, I love you. We was out training camp, our big bear together, but the truth is the truth. You're talking about the Muhammad Ali Act, but you guys are really afraid to really show the books.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't really want to show the
never
books.
really going to show the books, champ. They don't want to.
Now, let me speak from experience. I made it to a high. I didn't make a Devin Haney level. But actually I did.
Yeah, you did.
Actually, I did. I just didn't make the money they made.
Yeah.
But negotiation is negotiation. Yes, I'm going to give you guys an outlook of how this goes and why the Muhammad Ali Act is so important. On my generic contract, let's just say for 10 rounders, I make 10,000. I'm just throwing out numbers. When I fight on TV, whether it's ESPN, Showtime, or HBO, let's say I make 20,000.
I think you might want to go a little higher than that, because no matter what you say,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
that you made 10,000 for.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying you gotta.
I'm not here to beat on my chest like I'm King Kong. I'm here to prove a point.
Hey! Okay.
So what I'm basically saying is, I'm just throwing out numbers.
Okay.
If my contract states that when I fight on ESPN or Showtime that I make 15,000, right? That's what a boxer is expecting. Because when I fought for 8 rounders, you pay me 8,500. When I fought for 10 rounders, you pay me 15,000. But now when I fight for ESPN, you paid me 9,000. Now when I fight on ESPN, you're paying me 15,000. That's what I expect, because I had multiple fights and you paid me according to what the contract says. Yes. So now when I get to ESPN and you don't pay me 15,000, you pay me 25,000. Guess what I'm gonna say? Shit. He gave me 25,000. Yes. I'm 10,000 up. But what happened, what I was supposed to say is, yo, Bob, you paid me 25,000. How much did ESPN actually give you?
That's what you're supposed to ask.
That's the conversation we supposed to have. Because for all I know is because here's the thing, T.Y. This is how individuals get back in the day with Stan. If you won, I'm talking to you. Right now, people are projecting, and I had this conversation with my best friends, Stan and Corey, that you may get a budget for $9-point-something billion, but back in the day, ESPN, Showtime, they paid you off of what you sold the fighter for.
Yeah,
so what happened is I got Anthony Thompson, who's 16-0 with 13 knockouts, and I got a good opponent. How much are you willing to pay for me to put him on ESPN? Well, damn, Bob, I'm willing to give you 60,000. 60,000 not enough. I'll give you 65. Okay. They take 60. Now they got paid 65,000 for me and the Demetrius Hopkins. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They pay me 20, and keep 25.
You would never know. Exactly.
I'll never know.
The house always win. They skim from the top.
They skim from the top. So this is why people speak so highly about the Muhammad Ali Act. The only thing that they really talk about, because a lot of people and promoters, Oscar not going to talk about all the pros and cons, or neither is Roy. Yeah. And I don't want people to think that I'm with Dana White. I don't want people to think that I'm against Oscar and Roy. I'm not. What I'm basically saying is I've been part of the bullshit, so I know what's going on now. Now that I'm educated, you can't keep certain verbiage away from me because now I got you now. I read it. I understand what's going on now.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So, Oscar, you're not going to talk about certain things. You're going to just talk about what Dana White doing and how he's getting rid of the Muhammad Ali Act. And I just showed you 2 videos where what Dana White said, we're not going to change not one thing in the Muhammad Ali Act. So now the question is, what's the problem? We're going to get into the problem. That's tricky, though, Ant, because the promotion cannot back you if you ask certain questions. It's not that black and white. It's a dirty game. Here's the thing, Corey.
The game is
Y-Weezy.
The game is filled with.
But let me jump in there, because the verbiage in the law states that the promoter
has to
and the sanctioning bodies cannot get paid until they provide that information to the boxer.
Corey, are you listening, Corey?
Well,
they cannot get paid.
But
which means, hold on, T.Y. Which means, I forget his name. He was real cool from Las Vegas, because that's where all the fights go to. Las Vegas guy, blind hair, gray hair, long nose, world glasses. What was the Las Vegas, Nevada commissioner name?
I know who you're talking about, Chad.
He was such a sweet guy. Such a sweet guy.
Cool. Wow.
But here's the thing, Stan. Here's the thing, T.Y. Y-Weezy. If I went to him complaining, saying, hey, Bob Arum and Cameron Duncan did not reveal to me what the numbers were, it will be a problem.
Yeah, because you're going to have the Federal Trade Commission and the American Boxing.
To the producer. Say it again.
You're going to have the Federal Trade Commission and the American Boxing Association on your side, because the sanctioning bodies have to abide by their regulations, and they are accepting of these acts and these laws. And so a boxer has more rights than what they think they do and what the normal individual does. It's just like if you are a renter, if you rent a property, a lot of renters don't know and understand that they actually have more rights than the landlord, because they don't know their rights. They don't know the law. When you know the law,
this is why you can get squatters.
Exactly. When you know the law, you can use it to your advantage, and then you can make sure that you're being treated right, which is why, again, I can't stress it enough, why boxers should be reading these laws and knowing them so that they can make sure that they're protected.
And you know what, though? You're right, though. But most boxers don't have time to read, and forgive my French, most boxers don't have time to worry about the Ali law, and then still got to worry about Saul Canelo Alvarez in 6 weeks. They like,
well, they better.
They
better.
Like,
it's only 9 pages. It's not that long.
You got to worry about the paperwork and the left hook. So most fighters, you right, but this come in. See, Bernard.
I got a question for you, Y-Weezy. Time out.
Most fighters don't have time to worry about
flag on the plate. Watch this, Y-Weezy. You may be mad that I interrupt you. Get the hell up. I got you.
Come on.
Watch this. Y-Weezy. Watch what I'm about to. PGO Nation. I got his ass. I'm about to drop him and give him an 8 count.
Come on.
Watch this. Watch what I'm about to ask him, PGO Nation. Y-Weezy.
Yes.
Every fighter that educated themselves off the Muhammad Ali Act and the Professional Box Safety Act became what?
What they became first of all, more educated.
And what else? Most of them. Bernard Hopkins is a what?
Champs. There was champs, and they became self-promoted. Or they went.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yo, y'all funny.
Oscar De La Hoya became a promoter. Roy Jones is a promoter.
Yeah.
Bernard Hopkins is a promoter.
Yeah.
Shane Mosley is a promoter.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want me to keep going? Floyd Mayweather got rid of Bob Arum and became a fighter, then became a promoter. You want me to keep going, Dick?
Yeah. No. no, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Boots is a
I'm just saying the
Hold
average
on, watch
fighter.
this. Hold on. Our young boy, our boy, the phenom of Philadelphia boxing, holding it down, the face of boxing, who's about to destroy Xander's eyes. He's the promoter. Hold on.
Jay,
Damn, Danny. Keep your
BC.
hand up, Danny. Danny Garcia is a promoter.
Yes, yes.
And what did Danny Garcia speak about? The Muhammad Ali Act.
Yes, and listen to me. I'm in agreement with you, but I'm saying you have to be. You're absolutely right, but you got to be a rare fighter to actually worry about the Ali Act and still worry about the left hook. But I agree with you. You're right.
Well, see, if you don't worry about the Ali Act, then your ass get gagged.
You're stuck up.
Bernard Hopkins became a listen. Here's what happened to those who became knowledgeable of the Ali Act. You know what they did? They said, Bob Arum, Don King, Lou DiBella, I don't need you. I'm going to HBO Direct.
Yes, correct. You're absolutely
I'm going to
right.
HBO Direct. And everybody who went to HBO Direct starts saying, shit, you know what? I'm a manager of fighters.
I'm going to tell you something. If we have hate email tomorrow, y'all two started this. I'm letting y'all know. PGO Nation, I'm telling you now, the producer and the messenger started this. So we got hate email tomorrow for them setting the fighters free. Give us free. Us free. Y'all started it. Go ahead.
So, producer, what I want you to highlight on is some of the dishes that the Muhammad Ali Act brought from the Professional Safety Boxing Act.
And let me just say this. Can I say one thing?
Sure.
I know the reason why Senator McCain, he was so heavy into boxing, God rest his soul. He was born August 29th, y'all, in 1936. He passed away.
Here comes social media.
August 25, 2018. So he was in office from 1987 to 2018. But he also boxed for the Naval Academy from 1950 to 1953 as a lightweight. The lightweight division is 130. That's why Senator McCain was so into it, because he boxed at the in Annapolis, the capital of Maryland. That's why he was so into it, champ, because he could fight himself. He fought for 3 years in the Naval Academy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he took this to say.
So he has some ties to boxing.
He was
also been close friends with the GOAT.
Exactly. So it's like this. In boxing, there is a fraternity. You ever see that, champ? How when we go in places and they know that we the media and they know that who you are and they know your career, they know you can fight. It ain't a whole lot of rap. It's just a hug and love. It's boxing has a fraternity. Boxing have a community that loves.
Shout out to Corey. He knew that. That's what's up.
What?
Trust Don over Dana.
Is
Dana
Corey
White
C.
is a
Gunner?
I'm never trusting Don King. Well, you know what, Stan? You might be right. Don King gonna get you paid. But from the history of Dana White, it looks like he overpaid. So I don't know who the hell you want to go with. Don or Dana?
I would tell you this. Don King gave more than he stole. How about that?
McCain was also a prisoner of war.
Ooh.
Yeah, during the Vietnam War. So he suffered major injuries, which is why he had he couldn't lift his arm up but a certain height. So yeah, he was a prisoner of war too. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So T.Y., let's go on, because what we're going to do is we're going to now get into the dishes from the Muhammad Ali Act, because everybody talks about the Muhammad Ali Act as if that was the foundation of everything. So, producer, let's talk about some of the dishes that you want to highlight from, because this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the dishes, and we're going to build up to the compare and contrast to where Dana White and them is trying to go with the with this right now.
So recapping, the Muhammad Ali Boxing Reform Act, one of the first takeaways was banning the conflict of interest, promoters giving managers money, managers working for promoters. It also pushed transparency, opening up the books, letting people, letting the fighters know how much money is being made off of them. Also, sanctioning body regulation. So it required the organizations to establish and disclose a ranking criteria. And if they make any changes to the criteria, and to let the fighters know in advance if they change their ratings, right? So before that, there wasn't any criteria. This is huge. Preventing exploitation, meaning this prohibits boxers being forced to sign some type of long-term contract that is coercive, and in a way in which they're signing over future rights for promotion. So prior to that, they can get into a contract that was probably 10 plus years. And in order for them to
this
fight,
is what we was talking about, Corey.
X, Y, and Z. So this act is saying you can no longer do that. You can't exploit these fighters in that manner. And you can't coerce them into a contract that requires them to do X, Y, and Z in order to get a fight. So this act really focused on it. It didn't add to the safety standards, but what it said was, we are going to add to this act in a way in which it gives boxers even more protection outside of safety. So now we are going to broaden the scope of protecting boxers.
Absolutely great. So this is what the Muhammad Ali Act, and when you hear the Muhammad Ali Act talk about TY, one of the main things they talk about is the transparency, which you talked about, producer, having to be transparent and showing the books, giving the commissioner, the state commissioners of everything that's taking place, who got paid what, how much this person got, how much ESPN gave, or how much pay-per-view gave. These were opening up the books, and this is all that they really talk about, but it was so much more to the Muhammad Ali Act, right? So now we're going to fast forward to the bill that's being fight for to be passed today. And we heard Dana White says, and I don't know why people dislike Dana White. I'm not saying I don't know. To each his own. I don't give a damn about really.
Dana talk too much, man. I mean, he's a good guy as far as because what he established, he legalized street fight. Because that's all UFC is. It is an art, but I'm saying I can knee you in the nuts and elbow you in the nose. So he legalized barroom street fighting, and it became $1 billion industry. He got little poster boys like Conor McGregor, who comes around like this, you know, hey man, I got whiskey. So he got Irishmen that love to fight, and he took them to the top, and everybody want to prove they can fight. So they go in this thing called an octagon. And, you know, he made billions of dollars. But he's kind of cocky, though, champ, because he started from the ground, from the mud with UFC. So when he approached everything, he kind of reminded me of Jim McMahon from the WWE, dude. From the WWE.
Vince McMahon. Vince.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Vince McMahon from the WWE. He's self-assured, I guess. And, you know, that's what people say about Y-Weezy sometimes. But they don't know me. So all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. You know, but
damn, you went with that. This is why I love you. You went from Vince McMahon to Conor McGregor to Michael Jackson. They don't care about us. Y-Weezy? What the hell?
Watch the movie.
That's all you can say. Yeah, well, guess what? Y-Weezy, I watched the movie and that part ain't in it. So what the hell you talking about, Jack? What you talking about, Willis?
Just trust me. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us.
All right.
To remind you.
All right. Well, here's what I will say. I don't think when it comes down to it, to the nitty gritty, that the promoters don't really care about the fighters. At the end of the day, they here to cash back in on their investment. I care about you till I get to the point where I can get my money back. At the end of the day, I'm quite sure when Conor Ben left Eddie Hearn, he gave him what was called the first rights to refusal. Listen, you're my guy. I love you, Eddie. We're family. Are you going to sign this? And Eddie probably said, I can't match it. Well, I'm going to do the road runner. Meet me. I'm gone. I got to do what I got to do. I got to make sure that my kids go to private school.
Hey, champ, look, then Eddie went to go order some bombs from Acme. Like Y-E Coyote.
Exactly.
Ordering bombs from Acme. You think meet, he ordering bombs.
So let's get ready to put a tell on this, TY. Okay. We went from the first bill that was passed in 1996, right?
Okay.
Which gave the boxer more protection on safety, right?
Yeah.
Then we get up to 2000 with the addition of the Muhammad Ali Act, in which brought more power to fighters, talking about regulations, exploitation, that's talking about more transparency. I need to know what I'm getting paid and how you coming up to this number. It's basically come down to how are you getting down to my worth?
Yeah.
From my signing bonus to when I fight on HBO, how did you determine this number to give me 35,000? Where the hell did you get this from? Oh, I know how. Open up the books. Now we're going to get into this new rendition. Let's pull up the new rendition of this bill that's being talked, and we're talking about the talking points.
So this is the one that's being done now as we speak.
Right now.
Okay.
But we're going to talk about the additions, because here's what's taking place. All you hear is that Dana White and them is getting rid of the Muhammad Ali Act. I seen Roy Jones, and this what happens is, shout out to one of my best friends, Stanley Powell and Corey and Atomic. These guys always bring these conversations to me.
They know what they talking about.
Big boxing fans. But what happened was, Stan sent me something about Roy Jones basically said, and I should have posted a video, but I didn't give it to my producer. Shame on me. Bad messenger.
Yeah.
I'm not the messenger bringing forth a lack of information like this. I'll hold myself responsible. Bad messenger. However, what happened was, I'm quite sure it's going right amongst the internet, YouTube, and everything, where Roy is basically saying that Zuffa is going to give people money, right? But what's going to happen is they're going to be able to have control, which I don't get that he's saying, because Oscar has control over his fighters. Like right now, Virgil Ortiz is saying, Oscar, you're talking all this smack about my manager. I don't even want to be with you no more. You went and negotiated with Boots without informing me and my team. And then when we spoke about it, you told me that you will not deal with me unless I get rid of my manager.
Yeah.
I want out my contract. If Oscar is really for the fighters, this is equivalent, TY and producer, to a woman saying, I don't want to be married with you. And the man said, I don't give a damn what you want. You ain't going nowhere. Eat the cake, anime. Eat the cake.
Yeah.
So now, if Virgil Ortiz want to leave Oscar, and you really want what's best for the fighter, you have a disgruntled fighter who no longer wants to fight for Golden Boy. What you should do is do what the Muhammad Ali Act says. Give him a bill of all the investments that you did and say, listen, you owe me $300,000 because I'm $300,000 behind the 8 ball. But you won't do that. You know why you won't do that? Because at the point where Virgil Ortiz is, you're now able to collect on your investment.
And
if you did spend $500,000, you're now about to collect multi-millions, because he done fought Baccarat, he done fought Madrimov, and now he's ready to fight Boots or Fandora or anybody else for multi-millions. So now you're in the green.
And let me say this, champ.
You're not behind the 8 ball no more, Oscar. That's why you're not going to let Virgil Ortiz go. So don't give me all this bullshit that you're about the fighters, because you're not. Because I don't want to be with you no more. Let me go.
He can't. He's not going to let you go. Because first of all, and you're right, and it's embarrassing for this 11-time world champion, eight weight divisions, gold medalist, to do these fighters like this when he was complaining about Bob Arum. The first time he got away, he was able to make Golden Boy. But Bob Arum was good to the Golden Boy. But it's funny that Oscar, that all these fighters, once you become a promoter, champ, you become the very own thing you hate.
I love Bernard, bro. I love Bernard. I love Bernard. Bernard ain't the Bernard that was down 27 for Huntington down champ.
Not. Watch this. TBE, Mayweather. The greatest fighter of our era, arguably maybe one of the greatest fighters ever. The reason why that him and Tank had their little thing, because it was promotional differences. You become the same thing. You put Tank on pause. And I know Tank outside of the ring, his antics, y'all, wasn't as good as they were supposed to be. But Mayweather put Tank in his $2 million China cabinet for a while. Oscar De La Hoya is putting Virgil Ortiz in his $2 million male.
We're not going to hear nothing about Virgil Ortiz until June the 6th or something when they go to arbitration.
Yup.
And Virgil Ortiz is saying, damn it, I'm not giving up. I'm going to spend every last dime I got on lawyer fees to get me the hell away from you. And you know what Oscar's saying? You know what Oscar's saying? Virgil, I like you. It's okay. We can fix this. But you got to get rid of your manager. Who the hell is you to tell me I got to get rid of my manager?
Exactly.
Well, this Revival Act would really help Virgil.
Virgil, right. I know y'all looking. Y'all, please listen. Listen, Virgil.
Yes.
Because he need help. He really
so watch the additions of the new Revival Act, TY.
And that's why Oscar in court is nervous now.
Yes, absolutely.
No, watch this, TY. Watch what takes place. Any addition is better for the fighter. So far, we read the original one in 1996, the Muhammad Ali Act in 2000, and it got better, right?
Yeah, it did.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to read about things that's not in the Muhammad Ali Act, that's in the new Revival Act.
Yeah. So the Revival Act currently, it was brought to, sponsored by a Republican and a Democrat. In Congress. So it was a congressman and a congresswoman. And one of the congresswoman is an actual former MMA fighter. So you can go somewhere with thoughts behind this. I will say this much. Dana is playing chess, not checkers. So this particular act not only enhance protections for boxers and give them more choices, it also enhanced the safety. And I really want to dig deep into the safety measures, the enhancements of the safety measures. So first and foremost, if a fighter is knocked out, this new law is saying, if it gets passed, right? Because it hasn't gotten passed yet. It's saying that the fighter must undergo additional testing related to brain health before they can participate in their next fight.
So you're saying that everybody that get knocked the truck out has to go through some special checkups and everything. Okay.
For their
more MRIs, more CAT scans. Yep. Yes.
I'm telling all of you fighters, especially the males, because the males do not like to go to the doctor. Don't go to sleep. Watch the left hook.
If you don't like going to the doctors, don't go to sleep. Y-Weezy, absolutely.
Especially not in the ring. You don't like going to the doctor.
Any fighter that's 40 and over, they have to undergo additional physical examinations yearly. And that includes chest x-rays, urine analysis, a comprehensive metabolic blood test. So they have to do an additional physical examination.
Now, producer, this was not in the Muhammad Ali Act.
No, and it wasn't.
This is something different. So when you're talking about you're caring about the fighters, this is more testing, more blood work, more CAT scans, more MRIs. We're going to make sure that you're more healthy to fight. But yet, I'm trying to get rid of the Muhammad Ali Act.
Right.
Read on.
It's also saying that there needs to be an additional ambulance and physician at the ringside. So the original act said you just have to have one. This one is now saying there needs to be 2 ambulance on site as well as 2 physicians at the ringside.
Wow.
Also, while under contract, this is very important.
This is very important right here. Watch this.
UBO must ensure the boxers have training equipment and facility, insurance policy that covers the boxer if they're injured during training. Wow. Not injured during a fight, but injured during training.
Wow.
So let me explain what happened.
That's good stuff.
Wow. TY, if I'm fighting Earl Spence, and we're fighting, what's this month? May?
May.
And we're fighting in July. That's 10 weeks away from now, right? 8 weeks.
Yes.
That means the minute that I sign this contract to fight him in July 27th, I am down insured. So if I go running and I tear my Achilles, if I go running and I fall and twist the ankle, I am insured.
That's nice.
I don't have to go to the ring. So now this sounds better to me because a guy like me, I suffered my injury doing training
Yeah.
for a fight
Yeah.
on ESPN. Me and Bozy, we're sitting up here training. He comes in the gym at a 60-some-year-old man, go running 8 miles with me. We go in the gym, getting
Chop
ready
wood.
for a fight on Showtime.
Yeah.
We train. He hits me in my eye. I detach my retina.
Bodie Truth.
That's a build that I got to fit.
Yeah. How about that?
On top of TY,
Yeah.
us not fighting on TV. I lost 30, 40, 50, 60,000.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell it was, 30, 40 something, whatever it was. But it was only like an 8-rounder, but I'm fighting on TV.
No doubt.
And I lose that money. Then I got to go to Will's eye.
Wow.
I don't have insurance because I'm a boxer. I'm not working 40 hours.
Wow.
So I got to go down there and get a massive surgery of fixing a detached retina.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't have insurance. And guess what? It took me years to get on the payment plan or they wouldn't see me.
Wow.
And
So
I know.
this is
It was
better.
gonna be a John Q down there. Rambo.
Not John Q.
Talk about T.Y. That's
And
good.
one
That's
of the
good,
things,
Dick. That's a good
that's a
one.
good
John
analogy,
Q.
John
yeah.
Q, baby. It's gonna be
One
Go
of
ahead,
the
producer,
things,
you got it.
so one of the things that I didn't mention in the beginning that I think is really important is that this act provides increased opportunity for the boxers. It's allowing them to be able to choose between this alternative system, and this alternate system is what we're going over right now. So when Dana White say you can stick with the current Muhammad
Bet
Ali
on
Act
me.
or go with ours, that's what he meant, right? And then it also enhances safety precautions. One of the other things is from an insurance coverage, they have to give up to like minimum $50,000 of insurance coverage if they're injured
Damn.
during a fight,
That's good.
and 15 grand for accidental death.
Wow.
That was not in the Muhammad Ali Act.
No, it wasn't. No,
No.
it wasn't at
Mm-mm.
all. This
From
one
a-
is nice.
From a
It is.
contract perspective, the boxer can communicate with another UBO, and a UBO is just it just stands for like the United Boxing Organization.
Yeah.
So that's what Zuffa would essentially be. But at any rate, the boxer can start communicating with another UBO within 30 days of their current contract ending. So a lot of times, in different types of contracts you may have, not just specific to boxing, but in business in general, there's this clause where you can't start negotiating or talking about other contracts until your contract actually ends. And this one is saying, well, you can start those discussions within 30 days of your contract ending.
That's actually great.
That's excellent. That's
That's
excellent.
actually great because what it does, we don't want to overskip that. That's basically saying no, not go ahead, Y-Weezy. Go ahead, I want to hear you. Go ahead.
It can give you some freedom because you know when you win the title, the promoter try to slap 2 more years on you, or like 3 more fights, and you don't
That's
talk
true.
about that once a year.
That's true. Listen,
Soon as you win that title,
we
they
saw the
slap
Jay
you.
Prince contract that said if
Yeah.
I win the title, it extend 4 more years. I was like signing a damn near 10-year deal.
Well, we
Yeah.
want to talk about that because this act says otherwise.
But let me say this too, which we gotta break it down. PGO Nation, now you're hearing about this. You hearing how Dana White want to get rid of the Muhammad Ali Act, but now you're seeing how he's taking the foundation of the Muhammad Ali Act and building on it. This is why this is so important while we're in producer, because what happens is if I can negotiate or talk to other promoters or managers or whatever it may be 30 days prior to the ending of my contract, I now have a number to take back to Dana White and say, well, listen, you trying to give me X, Y, and Z, where Golden Boy is going to give me X, Y, and Z. What's up? First right to refusal. Are you going to match it or you not?
Yeah.
Well, I still got 19 days. Well, go talk to your investors. Go talk to Turkey Out of Sheet. Go talk to the CEO of WWE and see if you're going to come up with this money. If not, because you got 19 days. And after these 19 days, I'm out. Meet me.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Zuffa Boxing losing anything. They ain't losing anything, probably other than sleep, because they up all night doing 24-hour business. They ain't losing nothing but sleep. They're not losing no fighters once they get you. If they want to let you go, they'll let you go. But the way they grabbing fighters is letting you know now they're not losing them because they grabbing them big from the door. to hold them down for what they want them for. You see what I'm trying to say?
Hey, Y-Weezy.
$100 million so-called deal word on the street for Devin Haney for about
what did the Muslim brother ask? What did the Muslim brother ask Malcolm?
Is it about the house or the car?
Is it about the house or the car? I mean, it's all about the paper.
Yeah.
When Malcolm start questioning about the books, when Malcolm start questioning what Elijah Muhammad start doing, they ask him, "Come on, Malcolm, what's the problem? What about the house and the car? You need a house? You need a car? What can we give you to shut the hell up? Mind your business, Malcolm. You overstepping your boundaries."
Wow. So are you trying to bring back the thought of the Muhammad Ali Act? Malcolm taught Muhammad Ali. He was rolling with Ali. So they knew about the act. See what I'm saying? So they asked what is about the house or the car. You want to shut your mouth? They're not going to show the books, but this is good because this forced them to show the books and it's bringing more care.
The reason why I asked that, right?
Okay.
When Malcolm X went over to Mecca and he started questioning Elijah Muhammad, which would be the promoter, they asked him, "What is it about the house or the car? We need to give you more money." So what's going to happen is managers and promoters, this is why Dana White is saying competition is good, because we're going to put pressure on them. If you really about the fighters, but Dana White saying we're big. Dana White said, I'm thinking big. Y'all thinking minute. Y'all happy with y'all 3 wings and fried rice.
Yeah.
I'm going for a 4-course meal.
Yeah.
I'm going for a 4-course meal because what's happening is,
Dana, a big dog.
Okay, Keyshawn Davis don't want to fight Shakur Stevenson. How about if I give you
bullshit?
How about if I give you 20 million? Would you fight him then? That'll make me go to my best friend Stan or Joey and say, "Yo, I love y'all, but damn, bro,
throwing it.
We can go 20 million. Yo, listen, hey Stan, I might let you knock me the fuck out for 20 mil.
Sonny, listen to Ali again.
Right? So this is what Zuffa is. This is why you got Zuffa. Listen, we just played the video, right?
Yeah.
With Jai Opataya saying, "Listen, there's no fight that can be made," and anybody who's saying it, they want some sucker stuff. Because here's the TY, you're not going to pay me $20 million or $16 million, and I'm afraid to fight anybody.
No doubt.
Listen, I'll call my best friend up right now, and he probably on his line. Hey, Stiz, we gotta figure this out, dog. 20 mil?
Yeah,
you know how Martin be like, you know how Hustle Man be like, 15 G's, like Hustle Man, 15 G's. Man, we talking about a milli, 20 mil? Dude, I'm not Stan, we can't leave that on the table. Joey, we can't leave that on the table. Tommy, we can't leave that on the table. We got to find out how to do this, bro.
We got to find out how to do this. Somebody got to go to sleep.
To the right or to the left.
Somebody got to go to sleep.
So this is what Dana White and them is basically saying. We gonna pay the money, but damn it, y'all gonna have to fight.
Yes.
And speaking of fighting,
I agree with that.
And speaking of fighting,
hold on, she about to hit something that's very, very important right here, right now. This is for all those who talk about being shelved.
Okay.
And speaking of fighting, each boxer now has to be paid at least $200 per round, and a promoter must arrange a minimum of 1 fight every 6 months. So no more shelving, no more $50 a round fights like Paul Spadafora told us.
Yeah, Paul said it was $50 a round.
$50 a round. Now they're saying at least 200, and you gotta arrange a fight, 1 fight every 6 months, at least 1 fight every 6 months. So you can't have these boxers just sitting around and shelving them just for the sake of it.
Now, guess what? If this is passed, Virgil Ortiz will be fighting or a free agent.
Yes, he will. Wow.
Yes.
But now he has to sit. Because his last fight was Baccarat. I met Madrimov, and he ain't fight since.
Nope.
And guess what? And you heard what Oscar said? Anybody who understands boxing, what did Oscar say? He said, look at Mikey Garcia. You're just going to sit. Because he knows his rights as a promoter because he's working in the confines of the Muhammad Ali. There's nothing in the Muhammad Ali Act that's saying, I got to give you a fight within 6 months when we're going through arbitration.
But yo, that's deep. What the producer just read, but that's your bull. Now you don't like him. You love him on clapback jersey.
I do.
But also, the contracts can be no longer than 6 years. So no more 10, 20-year contracts. The contract can be no longer than 6 years.
And let me say this to y'all. That's decent, that we bringing this information up because nobody is doing it like Put Your Gloves On podcast.
No.
Not at
Sit
all.
here,
This right here, Y-Weezy. Absolutely not.
I got to tell the truth. To sit here and to inform a world of boxing what's going on behind the scenes and what's going on in front of
What
their
legal
face,
documentation
behind their
too?
back. Yes, it's in front of their face, y'all, behind their back. Because they say you want to hide something from a person, put it in the book. And this is in the book. It's in black and white, legal documents. People don't want to read, they just want to get punched in the face. So what I'm trying to say is nobody doing it like PGO, man. They don't. Nobody doing it like us to say this is what it is. And that's amazing. Every 6 months you gotta fight this champ. That's deep. He should never starved it. Because sometimes they used to shelfie you, man. They are. They get mad at you. Look at Oscar and Virgil. Look at Floyd and Tank. Because Tank was going through a shelving issue. You remember Champ? Tank was mad because he wasn't fighting. So
you know what happened?
Richardson Hitchison left Mayweather because he was shelved.
He spoke about it. He said, "Listen, I feel like that Floyd was giving more attention to Gervonta Tank Davis than to me, and I got out of my contract." What happened with Tank is, here's what happened with Tank. Tank don't have a promoter. Tank is his own promoter now. That's why he was able to make the deal with Paul, with Jake Paul. What Tank began to do was exercise his right on a Muhammad Ali at Sam Mayweather.
Yes.
You taught me game. Loose lips sink ships. You the one who told me how you went to Showtime. Now I'm ready to come to you. Yo, what's up? I fought on HBO and I knocked him out. How much am I getting? How much did pay-per-view sell? How many of my t-shirts did you sell? Oh, we had keychains. We had pins. Gervonta Davis versus Roach. I'm just coming up with a name.
Yeah.
What's going on? I need to know every dime. And Floyd's, I wish the best. I wish the best for Tank. I still love him. He's still gonna be my little brother. You know what it is, Floyd.
Yeah.
He cutting you out now.
Yeah.
He's at a point where he don't need you no more.
Yeah.
And guess what he did? He took his rappy, Leonard Ellaby.
Yeah, he did.
So any other additions that's in the Muhammad Ali Act that was not in the Muhammad Ali Act that's in the Act?
So a few more points here. First and foremost, boxers can no longer bet on themselves. They cannot bet on their boxing match.
This is important.
They still gonna bet. You gonna go get your right hand man to bet.
But it goes deeper because it's covering that loophole as well. It's saying if there is any information that is not made available to the public that you as the boxer have the knowledge of, you cannot share that with a third party for them to then go bet on your boxing match.
And for whatever reason, if we find out, the last time I checked,
that's inside
Bernard Hopkins put $100,000 on himself against Oscar De La Hoya when he wore a golden palace on his back. So we got a lot of boxers who bet on themselves.
Yes, it is.
You can't do that no more.
Floyd, TBE bets on himself. He do. All of them was getting betting on themselves. So they can't do that no more. But this is what I'm saying. It's all.
Hold on. Who else can't bet for him? Who else can't bet?
Their manager, their
manager,
their medical, like their medical professionals.
I got a cousin named
anybody
Bim.
To live,
Bim can bet.
Anybody to live in their house. Like, so basically anyone who's directly tied to the boxer cannot place the bet.
Well, then listen to this. The only thing they got to do, y'all, is act like they don't know the boxer. I got a cousin named Bim. Then I can give her the money.
Listen,
get the money to Troy.
All I'm gonna say is this,
right?
All I'm gonna say is this: Martha Stewart went to jail for insider trading.
This is correct. this is correct. I'm just saying. I got a lot of cousins on the Thompson side.
You may
I got a lot of cousins on the Williams side.
You just got to make sure that they don't run their mouth. But what I have learned is that people run their mouth.
Loose lips think ships, yeah.
That they do. Another thing with this act, it also protects the same thing, the conflict of interest. No boxer, no promoter can be working, giving money to the manager, and the manager can't work for the promoter. And then also, the UBO cannot receive or require payment from the boxer for fees related to rankings or participating in boxing matches, including challenging or defending a championship. So here we have it. Shakur Stevenson,
Yeah.
after he beat T.O., I like to call him Timu. What happened? He was stripped because they said, you ain't pay us another fee. Meanwhile, he wasn't even fighting for them.
Yes.
But they wanted more money from him.
And this
even
is
after he paid.
And this is what amazing.
He
The
was
boxing
hurt, too.
fans was in an uproar, and
Yes,
they was
they
on
were.
Bud Crawford's side saying, why that Bud was saying, Bud said, listen, I'm retiring and I ain't paying y'all shit. I'm not giving you 300,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not giving it to you. All right. And what they did to Shakur was Shakur moved up a weight and fought for a whole different belt.
By the time he came back down, his pants was baggy.
Exactly. Because we're going to take this belt if you don't give us our 100,000.
Yep.
So now what Zuffa is saying, that ain't happening no more. You're not going to win the belt and have to pay for it. Now, that sound like a win for a fighter, or it doesn't? Listen, how many people has vacant the titles? Floyd Mayweather has spoke. We played it before. We got receipts. Y-Weezy.
We was there when he was talking about vacating belts. We was there. We heard.
Listen, on my video, he said, listen, I'm throwing my belts up. Y'all can message it. You can have them. I'm not going to keep paying a fee for these belts. The belts mean something because once you win one, they have to call you champ for the rest of your life.
Okay.
That goes without saying, right?
Okay.
But what happens is, T.Y., the belts is only as worth as what the fighters make them. Ja Opataya said, listen, I'm giving up my Ring Magazine belt. I'm giving up my WBA and my WBO, and I'm fighting for Zuffa title. You know why? Because Zuffa paying me 12, 20 million.
Yeah. But like I said, remember I said this early in the game, the Gambinos and the Genovese ain't going to take that with a smile. The WBA, WBC, and IBOs and all this, Gambinos ain't having that, champ. These alphabet boys ain't going nowhere. They just like the CIA, DEA, FBI.
Well, one thing that Roy Jones said that I found very interesting in his rant, right? That he was upset.
Roy snapping, champ.
I'm not getting him. What he said was, what people don't understand is, you let Zuffa get in here, and you're not going to have no WA, you're not going to have no WBC.
Yeah.
So, Roy, are you telling me that the WBA and the WBC is not going to stand on their own because of Zuffa?
Yeah, Roy snapped.
You know what's going to happen? Because what Zuffa's going to do is start giving away belts and paying people more and make people say hell with the WBC. Because so here's the thing. Why would we feed a sanctioning body? Now, listen, I heard Oscar talk about what the sanctioning body does. They take the money, they give it to the fighters.
Yeah, they give it to Khan. Yeah, Khan.
Well, here's the thing. I know one of the great fighters right now who can barely speak, and I keep him in prayer. And Meldrick Teller, he's up Germantown Right Avenue right now, and he leaning over. Take care of Meldrick Teller. I know Matthew Saad Muhammad, who we was close friends with, a guy who worked for the mayor, Burning Strain, who lived in his basement. Take care of Matthew. God rest his soul now. But you guys ain't doing your job, because I can name a bunch of champions. Burt Cooper, Nate Miller. These are all guys from Philly.
Yeah.
So where's these sanctioned fees going to? You ain't giving them housing. Yeah. Nate Miller worked for PHA right now.
That's true.
Down in Raymond Rosen.
Wow. Richard Allen, Ram Squad, Ruffin Island, Richard Allen Mob, Ram Squad.
And just to also give you guys some context, that Oscar may not be a fan of it, Roy may not be a fan of it, but you know who is a fan of it? The Association of Boxing Commission. They actually support this new act.
Nice.
Muhammad Ali's widow, she supports this act.
Is that the one that's doing all the videos now? The one that's all doing the videos?
It's Lonnie Ali, so I don't know which one that is.
He had a couple ladies.
It's her. I don't think it's her.
Okay. Because there's one coming out doing all the videos right now.
Yes,
all
it is.
Interviews.
Yes, she is. And so the bottom line is, the way I see things is, and when it first came about, I had this talk with the messenger, and I said, this is gonna the boxers are going to win when it's all said and done, because with more competition means the WBO, the WBC, they're gonna have to step their game up, right?
Yeah.
Like Mama Payne say, I like how you stepped up.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to step their game up, because otherwise they gonna get taken over. So when Roy say they not gonna survive, he's telling behind the scenes that basically, in my opinion, they're not going to change. And Zuffa's going to take over because the WBC, WBA,
and that's my question. How's that possible? Why would the WBA be able to stand on their own? What's going to take place? You know what? You're going to start getting exposed that you're making these boxers pay tens of thousands of dollars for something that's not even worth it.
I'm gonna say something though. Just for some reason, Zuffa is going to have to come and keep doing what they're doing, because every little kid, y'all, and I said this to the messenger producer the other day.
Can we drop the link in there for pad work just in case if anybody want to come in?
You have children that haven't even been born yet that's thinking about that green belt. That green belt is like an idol to them. And I'm glad that you bringing this up, this information, because, champ, you got people that had children that haven't even been born yet, haven't even came through a womb of a woman. But when they come out and they're going to be fighters, they think about that green belt with the GOAT on the side, with Ali on the side, with Ray Robinson. They live for that belt. So I can't wait to see a Zuffa belt. I want to see what it looks like. Anybody got a picture of the Zuffa belt?
Yes. Yeah. Have you would have asked me this before? Okay. Ja Opataya was the first one, the first world champion to win a Zuffa belt. It's green, and it looks just like the WBC. But here's the thing, Ty. Everything involved. Back in 1996, it was a big man's game. Yeah. You don't have a Shaq in the league. The biggest man you got is Djokovic and Embiid. And guess what they do? They even shoot threes. None of them is in the post no more. So at some point in time, Ty, people are going to start worrying about the belts because Zuffa going to have their own belts. Yeah. So now what happens, CTY? You're thinking short haul. What happens 60 years from now when Zuffa then had 3 belts for 60 years? Now you're going to start having the Zuffa Platinum belt. And now you're gonna have guys like Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson. I'm gonna tell you, maybe Jerron Boots in this, or Bam Rodriguez, because once them guys become free agents,
they were just shadow boxing sparring too. Because I just said
we're moving over. Listen, PGO Nation, for all those who are on, we spoke a lot. If there's something that you want to say, you want to get off your chest about the Muhammad Ali Act, we're going to give you the opportunity to hit the link. If you don't, that's fine. But the link is open. It's in the chat. It will bring you directly into the studio. This is what PGO Nation do. We bring your comments up. We don't let it get buried. And we bring you up to the virtual studio. You got something to say. You don't like what Y-Weezy said. You don't like what my producer said. You don't like what I said. Then come on.
Come on. Let's have some fun. But I'm just saying, this segment was fire because it gave me an insight. It gave the world an insight on what's being done in the Muhammad Ali Act. And that's fire. That's dope. That's dope to let people know that they can't sit for 6 months. They can't, because fighters get their money from fighting. And if they don't fight, they ain't got no money, especially if they didn't invest their money. You know what I'm saying? Or save their money. And the promoter, best way to punishing them is to put them on the shelf. So that's amazing that I hope this bill get passed, and it is going through the highest of judgment. It's going into the Senate, right?
Yeah, so it's currently in the Senate, and it's in a committee. And so the next steps would be, if the Senate doesn't make any changes and they like the bill as is, it will then go to the White House, to the president to sign.
Trump better pass it. All that time he had Mike Tyson fighting Trump Plaza.
Well, I think he will pass it because, like I said, Dana White is playing chess, not checkers, right? The co-sponsor and co-author of the bill is a former MMA fighter. So he has a relationship with her. Okay. And so we talk about lobbying. We talk about individuals who go to Capitol Hill to get certain bills passed and so on and so forth. This is the thing. I'm going to tell you something else. Joe Rogan, you guys may or may not know that name. He has
Everybody
one of
saw
the
that cat.
biggest podcasts out.
Yeah.
But he started out as a host of The Challenge on MTV.
Yeah.
Okay. He is a host or something of another for the MMA, MMA fights. He also
He had
has a
hair in it.
relationship with Trump. So, like I said, Dana was playing chess, not checkers. This bill is going to pass one way or another, some type of rendition
At some time.
at some
It'll be
point.
decent. Let's do it.
Pay attention, because it will pass.
And the main thing, everything else is a smokescreen. So I want to respond to.
I just want to say that I always respected Muhammad Ali, and I think that we're going to pass this bill. It's going to go through the Senate. It's going to go to the Republican, the West Wing, the right wing, the middle ring, the top ring, and we're going to get this job done. And I spoke as the president, Donald R. Trump.
We got you, Derek. But listen, I just want to address a comment. So the boxers are just renting belts. When they win a belt, you have to pay absolutely.
Yes.
Iman, you have to pay a sanctioning fee for the belt. So your biggest prize, something that you waited for all your life, you now have to pay tens of thousands a month to defend it, to hold it, to keep it. And it just is what it is. You have to pay that much. You have to pay 3% of your purse. So if you make $1 million, you have to give 3% towards that sanctioning body that you're fighting.
I don't think you have to pay for the ring belt, do you, champ?
Not the Ringside Magazine
belt. Only ring belt you don't have to pay for. And that's the one that really counts, pound for pound. But yeah, that's deep. You got to pay for something.
So our brother D Wade, Derek Wade, say, yo, bro, very informative. Thank you for tuning in and staying in thus far. Do y'all have a top? He said, give your top 5 before you go. Now, what do you want? Top 5 pound for pound, or our top 5 fighters that we think is the best in the game? What is that? What you basically saying? Y-Weezy, do you want to give your top 5?
Yeah, by all means. Do it have to be top 5 in boxing or top 5 now?
I think that, yeah. What do you want, Derek?
Yeah,
you want top 5 of all time?
Top 5 of all time.
Or you want top 5 like right now? Let's see what he say.
Okay, yeah. I mean, because the top 5 is easy. If it is today, I'll give you my top 5. And if it is just of all times, I give you my top 5.
Let's get it, Weezy.
Top 5 list, huh?
Let's get it.
Okay, top 5 of all times for me: Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Henry Armstrong, Floyd Mayweather Jr., and believe it or not, I gotta go with that Ray Leonard.
Sugar Ray Leonard?
God, you goddamn right.
I can't argue. So you leaving Roy out?
Well, listen. See, I liked it, Roy, but Roy fought off of natural talent. I like people that got a talent and a technique. See, Roy's technique was after chicken, and I like chicken breast, so I would cook his ass. You see what I'm saying? Roy fought like a chicken. However, he is one of the greatest natural talents of all time, but he didn't have a technique. See, like you, champ, you can fight and you had a technique. Once you get older, the natural talent fades away. So then what will you use? You see what I'm saying? Every fighter that I named had a technique. Mayweather, technique.
I can't argue with you. He said he want the pound for pound. So go ahead, give us today's pound for pound of your best fighters right now.
Pound for pound from me. People may disagree, but you got to go with Usyk. Usyk tough, man. You know, whether or not you like him or not, you got Usyk. You got Mexican.
He won top 5 now. He won top 5 now.
Okay, Usyk, Mexican monster. If Boots beats Xander Zayas, like I know he will, you got to put him in the top 5. Once he show who he is with Xander Zayas, June 27th, I'll put him in the top 5. So you got Alexander Usyk, Mexican monster, Jerron Boots Ennis. Number 4, I would go with of this era. I'm gonna go with Tank Davis. And 5, 5, I would go with, believe it or not, even though he's fluky, Devin Haney. Spaghetti Netty
Now,
Van.
where the hell is Inoue at?
Well, then he didn't tell me to go international. I was only going to the United States.
Man, you full of crack. Get the hell out of here. Just say you forgot, T.Y. Just say you
All
forgot.
right. It's social media, encyclopedia. Forgot.
You
Anyway,
forgot Inoue. Come on, Dick.
Anyway.
All right, let me go my top 5 of all time, D, and then I'm gonna come your way with the top pound for pound right now. All time. Oh man. I gotta go with Muhammad Ali.
Yes.
Just what he represent. There's no way in the world anyone can watch his videos. He talked about the white man in front of his face. You just gotta go with Muhammad Ali. Right? You gotta go with Sugar Ray Robinson. Pound for pound, I watch what was his name? His name wasn't Herschel Walker. Walker Smith. That was his name. Walker Smith.
Yes. Walker Smith.
I'm gonna go with Floyd Mayweather.
There you go. TBE.
All right.
Tough.
I'm gonna go with the most skilled fighter, probably the most skilled fighter, Roy Jones. Okay. Skilled. Just skilled. There wasn't nobody like Roy.
No, it wasn't.
And let me see who else that I really like that. God damn.
You got one more.
I know I should say Sugar Ray Leonard, but I can't.
I could have slid in Henry Armstrong and all that stuff, but Ray Leonard was.
I can't say Henry Armstrong, but I didn't really watch Henry Armstrong like that. My mom said my top 5 is the Messenger times 5.
Well, of course, you, champ. Of course, I'm gonna say the Messenger. Of all times, I'm gonna say my brother. But I thought
I'm going outside of people that I looked up to because David Reed would be in my top 5.
Exactly. I was going outside of the Messenger.
All right, let's go with Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson. Who else did I say? Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather, and there's one more. I gotta go with Hagler, man.
Okay.
Hagler. I gotta go with Hagler. Now, my top 5 right now is the Mexican Monster.
Yes.
Right? I'm gonna go with the Mexican Monster. I don't really want to go with Usyk, but you gotta go with Usyk. You gotta go with Inoue. That's 3. Mexican Monster, Usyk, Inoue. Pound for pound. Jesse Bam Rodriguez is a problem.
But champ, he's not going to be able to accomplish what Boots going to accomplish in one fight. Unified.
I'm going with Tank. So I'm gonna take Bam Rodriguez. I'm gonna go with Tank, and I'm going to think. I'm not going by skill. I think Boots is one of the most skilled fighters. I'm not going by skill. I'm being honest. This is not about this. If I go with skill, then yes, I'm going with Boots, and I'm going with Shakur.
Yeah.
But if I'm talking about skill and just dominate,
Bud Crawford. Bad man.
Bud not in it no more.
Oh, okay. He took a fat Elvis retirement. Okay.
All right. So this clip ain't that long. I'm gonna go with Bam Rodriguez, man.
Okay. Good call.
Bam Rodriguez. So there you have, Derek. For my top pound for pound right now, in no specific order, I got David Benavidez, I got Usyk, I got Inoue, I got Gervonta Tank Davis, and Bam Rodriguez. That is not including skill. They are not, to me, one of the best skilled fighters is Boots and Shakur Stevenson, but I don't have them in my top 5.
Yes. Good call.
So it looks like that we ain't got anyone that wants to come up right now for pad work, which is fun.
Come on, family.
Listen, there was a learning lesson that people got right there. They learned a lot. So now when you hear someone say that Dana White is getting rid of the Muhammad Ali Act, you can correct them and say, no. They're adding an addendum to it. They're adding an addition to the Muhammad Ali Act. And we went over some of the things that's in the new revised Muhammad Ali Act that wasn't in the previous. So when Dana White says you can choose that one if you want to, or you could come over here and bet on us.
Yes.
What he's basically saying is, won't you read the Muhammad Ali Act, then read ours,
Yeah.
and then come talk to me?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you are confused or in a state of flux, you would have to say, well, what the hell is Oscar and everyone crying about?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Rich people
What's
crying.
the problem?
Rich
The
people
problem
crying.
is that
Come on,
Dana
rich-
White is now sitting at their table
Yeah.
saying, the fat boys, all you can eat. He coming to eat, baby. He coming to eat. This is a buffet. And we eating. And you know what?
I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Hungry. And we coming to eat, baby. One of my mans, Frank Walker, if you're watching this, he always used to always say when we first
Daddy,
went
you
out,
can eat. Daddy gotta eat.
Daddy gotta eat, baby. Daddy gotta eat. When I come in from putting in his work, Daddy gotta eat.
Daddy gotta
Listen, man, this was an amazing, amazing, amazing show. Listen, great content, great, very, very informative for people who think they boxing fans, right? Because this is for the people who are hardcore boxing fans who want to see this fight, who want to see that fight. Because here's another problem that might happen. So what's going to happen to us, let me break this down to you and the producer. And PGO Nation, please listen to what I'm about to say. Because the producer said Dana White is not playing checkers, they're playing chess. They're talking about 20, 30 years down the line. Here's what I mean. Let's say Zuffa, because as a fan, you want to see the best fights. Dana White is on record saying, hell with the sanctioning bodies, hell with Oscar, hell with Eddie Hearns. We ain't dealing with you, right?
Yeah.
So what's going to take place when if Shakur signed with Zuffa, right? What's going to take place if Zuffa has Shakur, but Oscar has Gervonta Tank Davis? That's the fight we want to see.
No doubt. God, Lee.
You know what's going to happen?
Let that happen.
That fight might not get made, but what Dana White is saying, don't worry about it. Grab a Snickers because we ain't going nowhere for a while. We're going to see how they make out.
Okay.
We're going to see how they make out before they fighter come knocking on our door saying, hey, I want 20 million over 12 million. That's what Dana White is banking on.
Yeah.
Big bank take over little bank. If you can't pay them what I can pay them, then I am banking that they will come to me.
Yeah.
Come on home, baby. And guess what? If Dana White is saying this to me, come on home, messenger.
Come on.
Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, Weez, yo.
We going with Dana.
Go with the money, baby. Go with the money.
Don't need no money on the table.
Believe in the rumors. The Muhammad Ali Act ain't going nowhere. And in fact, what this rendition said before we close out, that the producer didn't speak about, that in order for them to exist or any sanctioning body to exist, they have to apply by the Muhammad Ali Act.
Wow.
So you can't do business without acknowledging and implementing the Muhammad Ali Act.
And the organization has to file with the Federal Trade Commission as well as with the Boxing Association. And so there you have it.
All right, Weez. Thank you, producer. Great job. Very, very informative. Weezy, thank you for breaking everything down. We finally, they say half a cabbage head make a whole cabbage head. Well, you had 3 cabbage heads and we came together and we dived deep. We didn't get exactly into the bill because we didn't want to bore the people. But what we're telling you is go do your own research. We gave you the talking point. We gave you some of the things that has been added in the new revived Muhammad Ali Act compared to the old. There's no way in the world, if you are a boxer, that you will go with the old Muhammad Ali Act over the new one. It just doesn't make sense. Go ahead, Weez.
And since you're talking about cabbage heads, we got 3 pieces. Let me do the cabbage patch. You did? Gotta hit the cabbage patch. Let me get a little bit. Gotcha. Are you ready to go home? That was a beautiful thing.
Take us home, baby.
Thank you, Chad. So now you know, blow for blow, it's PGO. Yeah. That was a nice joint.
What's good, PGO Nation? This is Ant the Messenger along with Y-Weezy Social Media Encyclopedia. Now you know, blow for blow, it's PGO.